This how dads talk. This how dads walk. This the dad pod. The dad pod. The dad pod.
And he had these flowing
My bad,
locks.
man. Hold on. We're gonna continue. I didn't want to stop you. I want to go ahead and hit record. We on the dad pod today. I got Sam Long. You got Midas right here. Go ahead, continue. You was at work and what happened? We was talking about beards and shit.
I was at work with a dude. They had just these long flowing locks, and it brought me back to the COVID times when my hair was flowing free. Everybody hated it except for me, but I don't give a fuck.
You had it like that long? Like,
I'm telling you, it was like I could pull it down to like right here.
damn. I definitely remember seeing, moments like, wow, like, damn, that shit long.
Yeah. But like, mind you, this was the crazy time when I was making YouTube videos talking to myself. So,
Well,
listen,
get
I'm
back
not
to
gonna
that.
hold the pandemic against myself.
Nah, never should. Honestly, get back to that. Go ahead, make more videos solo. I damn near like it. If you weren't available today, I would have did a solo for sure.
I made a bunch of them, but I lost the Gmail account.
Oh man, that
It
I've
was
done
like
that.
I kept trying to tell it, and they're like, "You're not you."
I've
I'm
done
like,
that.
all right.
Thank goodness, my number one account is the email you made up in high school. Why Midas B? Midas in yellow bus.
Yellow.
You remember that shit? But
I said it there. I said it on the stage.
But,
Graduated.
yeah, yellow bus. That's hilarious. But yeah, I still use that. So thank goodness I remember all mine. But then like beer wise, because we're on this stupid random ass subject.
Yeah.
You ever put like minerals type things, or your shit just did it?
I put like every day. I put like beard oil in,
Okay. Most people I talk to say the same. And
but
maybe
I'm not
they-
like one of those like I used to be. Like in the mirror, I used to have scissors, and I would be like in like I don't do that shit no more.
Perfect.
Now I get a haircut once a month. I clean up the neck. I clean up the cheeks. From then on, and right now, this is the summer beard. You're seeing this. It's about to come down.
I'm gonna
because
get my
it's about
one
to-
straight up.
It's about to be the fall beard.
Random
I'm
as
gonna have-
shit. I remember when we lived together in the apartment, 17, 18, whatever. You had put a conditioner on your goatee. You come out and you go, I've never done that before. Now I get why women use this stuff. It's so soft and silky.
We're back when it was wispy.
Yeah. But I'm like, yeah, fucking beard and shit. That's funny. Anyway, all right. Well, like I said, it's a dad pod. I made sure to start it. Me and Sam been talking for some hours now. I want to get some of this damn material in a video. So, first subject we had is thankfulness, appreciation with your kids. You were saying how there was a moment with you and your son where he showed thankfulness in a way he never had before.
Yeah,
Right.
man. It was incredible. It was like my son's a Bills fan. Like, fuck him for that.
He's a what?
Tighten up. He's a Bills fan. Fuck him. Tighten up. And so I was like, the funny thing was, I had bought tickets to Bone Thugs, DJ Quick, and Tech Nine. And I was like, I'm gonna take the kids need some culture. I'm gonna take them to Tech Nine, Bone Thugs, and DJ Quick. Shit got canceled. So I'm like, fuck, I got this credit. Well, I'm gonna do this credit. Well, my son's a Bills fan. I'm like, all right, I can suck it up. So I'm like, all right, I get tickets. Mind you, when I get the tickets, I think they used the credit. They did not use the credit. So I got charged.
It hurt a little bit.
It hurt a little bit.
Hell yeah.
I was mad as fuck. I've been telling him, like, I gotta call them back and say, like, you fucked up.
Yeah.
But it was great. Like, he was like, what time are we going? He's new into football, and he's like, he's playing football now. So, like, not only is he like he's like into it, he knows stats and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, he knows Derrick Henry's my man, so he's always tracking him, even though
That was the game, the Ravens and Bills?
He like the Ravens and Bills game, like he was like, oh,
No,
Derrick Henry.
what game did you
No,
go
like
to?
the game we went to Bills, it was Bills Jets.
Oh, okay.
And it was like it was incredible. We got to see the Bills go off first half. Josh Allen had like a 40-yard run.
Mm.
He had to come out of the game. Everybody at the game was like, what the fuck is going on? Mitchell
Oh
Trubisky's
yeah, I
playing.
saw that.
Like, and nobody knew. And like I was like, the medical tent ain't out. Like, what's going on there? And a dude next to me, so much smarter than me, pulled up Twitter.
We're in that age, ain't we?
And he was like, he's got a broken nose.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, he's got a broken nose. That's gonna be tough. Like, I get like his arm ain't fucked up, but like Josh Allen, he's a beast, but broken nose, eyes swollen,
Hmm.
fucking shit all stuffed up.
And
Like,
so
but
like
he's
that. But I mean,
still,
like with you, you and your son watching like that. Um, like how was that? Like
it was, it
how
was,
did he feel in the environment?
it was incredible because it was, sorry, Jets fans. It was like we were in the Jets stadium, but it was a Bills home game.
Damn,
Like,
that many?
yeah, it
Yeah.
was tough. It was fun. We had like a group of Jets fans behind us, and they were like, "This is bad. Like, this is a Jets fan life and shit like that." And then the Bills fans were trolling them, and like I kept telling them, like, "Listen, I ain't a Bills fan, but he is." So
Mm.
they like every time they scored, like when fucking James Cook, like it was incredible. He broke off like a 40-yard run, had an ankle tackle that he broke, scored a touchdown. Everybody's on their feet jumping. And then like there kept being like these Bills chants. Like I can't even remember one of them, but
Out of
it like
Jets.
it sounded like it was from a movie. Like it's a movie chant. I've heard Bills fans out there. You know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Comedy. Y'all know
Yeah.
you know what the hell y'all be saying.
Man. And then the other one was "Let's go Buffalo." And like every time it kept happening, like he would jump up to do the fucking high
Hell
fives
yeah.
when we scored and stuff. But when they did the chants, he wasn't doing it. And I was like, listen, buddy, we're here in the stadium. This is what we're here for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I get you don't know him now, but you better
Yeah.
be listening. These are your people.
Yeah.
You
That's
need
dope.
to figure this out. And it
That's
was
dope.
going, and like we were at the game, and it was like guard like the Bills. Like it was great because he's new into football. So I got to tell him like at the end of the half, I was like, listen, everything that you thought you were gonna see, it's not gonna happen anymore. They're up like 20 points.
Yeah.
They're not gonna, and the guy next to me was a Bills fan. He was like, yeah, like nobody's gonna show their playbook.
Yeah. Not no more. Yeah.
So it was like all like he was getting it like not just from me, but like the guy next to me and like the
Like
people
we
in
were kind
front.
of talking about the other day, community. Even though this
Exactly.
is a different scenario, right? With sports of these things, right? I've had a lot of these kind of conversations, I guess, with sports where people that have never played and stuff, they don't understand that's a real thing. That community, that's my brother that has to go put his body on the line to go block for me. Those are real things. And
100%.
like you were
That
saying,
like
that's a
if I
stranger,
fail at this, yeah,
you know.
100%. It wasn't a stranger in that moment. It was
Yes,
a
yes,
Bills fan
yes, yes,
in that moment.
yes. Yeah, that's what I.
And it was like, hell yeah, we're never gonna see this motherfucker ever again.
Yeah,
But you know what? In that moment, during that game,
yeah.
we got to build that.
I love that. I hadn't got to do it yet with my son, but same with I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan, so similar, I guess, where in your scenario, it's hard to really catch that, right? You got to catch Titans over there in New York. I got to catch
Yeah.
Dallas and somewhere close where I'm at. But and even then games, as you know, because you didn't get credited, are expensive, right? But anyway, like we're saying, right? It's about the experience and like with the you hadn't got there yet, but with him being thankful, that
That's
kind of
and
thing, right? Yeah, go ahead.
100%. And I was building towards that. It's because like we didn't talk about it during the game, but like we like for us to get there, like we had to take a car and then we had to get on a train and then we had to go to New York City and then we had to go to New Jersey and then we had to get on another thing.
Oh,
So it
damn.
was
So
like,
so it really was like a whole adventure.
so like we went on this like whole thing and the whole time, like I'm not like, he didn't say it and I never pushed him. I was never like asking. I just like, what's going on? We got food at a restaurant. He likes raising canes because he got terrible taste.
Oh yeah, yeah, agreed. That's just so overrated.
It's chicken strips. I'll take my ass to Popeyes any day.
For sure.
Yeah. And we're there and like we're just talking. And then I get home and then I'm just like, I like I realized, you know what I didn't do? All day, I didn't say what a great day I had.
Mm.
So I texted him, had an amazing day.
Yeah, you shared that one with me. Yeah.
And he said, I had an amazing time too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dad.
That's goals. That's what it's about.
Right. And I realized it's like there are plenty of times that my kids are probably looking to be thankful, but I maybe don't give them that opportunity.
Love it. Yes.
And that's not on them, that's
Yes.
on me.
100%. I love that. I love that. Like a scenario I could think of with like mine. I took my son to go see like that newer King Kong,
Yeah.
and he lost his phone. He like dropped it out the whatever. I was so mad, right? And I've said this in a lot of podcasts. My mom think I'm thankful for this phrase, behind all fear is anger. And so I was mad, but it was because of the fear of I can't afford to buy him another phone. So I was really mad that he lost it. Anyway, I completely fucked up that day. We had such a great day and I fucked it up with that moment. And so I'm like, fuck, about to get emotional again. We're driving back and, I'm trying to apologize and tell them, you know, that was my fault. I did have a good day and I fucked it up. And it took a moment, and then, we get through that conversation.
Yeah,
But,
man.
but like you're saying with those days or thankfulness, and I guess like how you were saying, in a sense, we have to lead by example in that area, right? If I say I had a great day, he's going to open up the same way that I did because they're following us. And so
Right.
definitely, I'm like, I definitely love, what you're saying. You took that moment of realization. I didn't say this. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, like kids, I mean, if you try to remember what you felt like as a kid, I probably wouldn't have said that either unless my dad was like, oh,
I would have said, okay, it's
uh,
fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. And,
But it was just and it's hard for me, man. Like I struggle like with that. Just like something as simple as that.
like opening up.
Yeah. Like
Mhm.
and like and it's those realizations that just like it makes me worried that I'm not doing enough as a dad to have figured it out.
Of, cour- of course, like with that, one of the favorite things I swear my dad, and he said it quite a bit, but was there wasn't an instruction manual when you were born, son. I did the best I can.
Right.
Right. And now that I'm a father, I 100% get that. And we've had conversations with stuff like that, apologizing to our kids. I don't remember that kind of shit from my parents. And that's where we are growing. That's what we're doing. We are trying to become the better version, right? We're taking what we did like and trying to leave behind the bad. And we've said this before too. I've yelled at my kids and I'm like, man, that was my dad all day. So, it happens, but definitely with what you're saying making that attempt changes that stupid fucking cycle, right? That we grew up, that our parents grew up.
Yeah, man.
That's the attempt. And as far as we'll never be perfect. We're never going to have it all figured out. We're never going to always have those right words. But the whole point and key with what we're saying, like thankfulness and stuff like that, is communicating those
Right.
emotions.
Because there's no such thing as perfect. And somebody like, it was at work, like, and I tend to be like a perfectionist at work. And that sounds like a good thing. It's not. Uh, she had a little post-it. She said, don't let perfect be the enemy of good.
Solid, solid.
Yeah.
Man, what's this line? It's in a song. It don't matter song, but it goes, it was like talking about that with like perfect and like perfect is a movie scene. I want real, like that. Perfect is non-existent. It's fake. It's always fantasy.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. And like with what you were saying with the thankfulness, that when you had texted me the one day about all that, like I said, I was gonna text you, and then I'm like, no, I'll save it for a podcast. I thought it was interesting because like my son is very aware with stuff like that. He's thanks us so often. It's
Really.
he really does. He's my son. You know what's kind of interesting? My son reminds me of you with
Uh,
being able to feel what someone else is feeling without them fucking saying it, right? He's so good at that. At least with our family. In our house, he knows all of us that way. He's
right.
he's really good at getting your feeling out without you, you know, but as far as the thankful stuff goes, there has been multiple times in his life where he said thank you. And for me, I didn't even, feel like it was a moment to say thank you.
Right.
That's daddy's job. You know what I mean? But for him, like I said, he is that way where he gets like that was important. And so when he had told me that one day, for me it was interesting because like opposed to my daughter, I'm not sure if I ever heard thank you. They're like so, all kids are different. And
Right.
I've been the same with my daughter that I've been with my son. There's nothing I mean, I've gotten better, of course, older, I got more knowledgeable,
Right.
but
You
you know,
learn.
all kids are different. You know what I mean?
They are. And absolutely. And like, I know my kids are smart people. And I just like, especially with the way they're taught, like at least in New York, where we are now, like feelings and stuff like are like actually incorporated into like how they learn.
Opposed to shitty California.
Listen, I fucking hated New York, California school. I can't tell you Northern California. I went to kindergarten there.
Yeah.
It seemed great. But I can tell you, wife, Ruth Brown, had a great time until I choked myself. That's before I knew you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always been a little fucking off my rocker. Listen, she didn't want to hear what I had to say. I'm about to protest. It is what it is. I'm gonna stand my ground. Wasn't great. I got home, and you think my parents, my mom, I remember and I had forgotten. I got home. She said, "How's your neck?" I said, "It's fine." She said, "Really? Your teacher thinks different." And I was
Damn
like,
it.
"Oh."
Damn it.
And then she said, "You know what? You're gonna write a letter to your teacher, and then you're going to call your basketball coach and you're going to tell him that you can't play anymore because you don't know how to act." I was like,
I'm with that, man. I'm at the moment, I'm in one of those kind of scenarios with mine, right? We always want to give our kids everything, right? And I'm sure you might not have been, but I was told I was spoiled before, and in areas I absolutely was. not all the time, whatever, but I absolutely was. And that's what us parents do, right? We want to give our kids the life we didn't have. But with that, sometimes we do give them a little too much and they miss out on the lessons we fucking learned, right?
Yeah.
With both of my kids, I've had those moments where it was kind of hard. Oh, I don't want to know it, you know. And same thing. I'm sure I've said this in a podcast before, but I remember a moment with my son, and I'm talking to my dad. He's probably one of the only people, I mimicked a lot from him. So he's one of the only people that's similar and thinks a certain way. So I asked my
Right.
dad, I'm like, because he was, he was a hard ass. He was a certain
Yeah.
way. So of course I don't want to be so much like that with my son. However, I feel like I turned out good. My mind's sharp. I think certain ways because of what I went through. So I want my son to have those same qualities, right? So I'm telling my dad with that. I got on him hard, and it wasn't even whatever. It don't. It was like 5 or 6. I got on him hard, and I feel real bad. So I'm talking to my dad. I'm telling him all this shit, and he goes, how many times I get on you, Michael? I'm like, every day, man. Like, hurt my feelings. They're like,
Mm-mm.
and he goes, and here we are on the phone. It didn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? It didn't even matter like that. We still talk, right? And that made so much sense because, in the sense, I'm the father. You're gonna listen. Maybe you're gonna be fucking mad, but if you respect him, which my kid did, I respect my dad. You're gonna listen, And a matter of fact, because I'm on this scenario, like I was again. Anyway, I was talking to my wife and one of my coworkers, and I was saying, like we're saying, changing the way we were raised or whatever. And I've made a real conscious effort with both my kids to try my best to
Right.
still give them positive affirmation, right? My dad, I didn't get much of that, but I was sitting there, I was telling my coworker, I said, my dad didn't tell me that he loved me or he was proud of me until I was 21. 21. We were drinking in the backyard and he goes, Michael, you remember how I always told you stop cutting your fucking hair? Looking like a fucking chunti. Right? That's what
Mm.
I always told my whole life. So yeah. He said, you've always known who you were, son, and I'm proud of you. You never listened to me. You cut it anyway. That's because you know who you were. And for me, I'm like, if you would have said that growing up, my life would have been better.
That's that's the old way
Yes.
of a man
And
teaching a man
yeah.
to be another man. It's
Yes.
like
Like,
you
yeah.
needed to like go
And I
against me.
did. I did. And that's what I tell people a lot. My dad definitely knew who I was and my style. And that was another one he brought up. You wouldn't move unless I challenged you. When I challenged you, you'd always prove me right. And I was like, no, I was trying to prove you wrong. He goes, no, I knew you would do it. You proved me right. And I'm like, damn, that fool. I always say, evil genius, fucking evil genius.
I give it to you. Like I can say that like I have like some of the same lessons, but like mine were just always rooted in like I remember like it was I went to church with you one day and it was the Bible and all of the golden flakes, but I had this question in my mind and I kept asking. And I was like, all right, thou shalt not kill. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, a man walks up to you with a picture and he's got your kid and he's got a gun to your kid with a gag in their mouth. And they say, here's a bullet, here's a gun, got one bullet. A life for a life. What do? Thou shalt not kill.
Mm-hmm.
And to her credit, she didn't have a great answer.
Didn't?
She didn't. She didn't have a great answer. And that motivated me. And I went home and I tried to ask my dad the same question. And instead of actually engaging with me, he said, your mom's corrupted you. This is evil.
Nuts.
And I don't know if you remember, but that night I was like, fuck you. Like, I'm going to believe what I'm going to believe.
Yeah, yeah.
If I want to say fuck God, I'll scream it to the top of my lungs.
Yeah, yeah.
And I left and actually stayed the night at your house.
No, I remember 100%. Cause and with that kind of stuff, that's a little bit of what I was kind of telling you on the phone in the sense of I need ammunition again. I need to know how to respond, and not even in a God or a faith scenario, even like just overall books. Like, there's a lot of books I've read that have helped me speak to people, right? Just as you've soaked up so much, you're able to draw from something. You know what I mean? But I do remember that for sure.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, I was a teenager,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
confused,
yeah.
throwing a tantrum.
But
But like there was the opportunity
yes,
for my
yes,
dad
yes, and
to
yes,
to do that. And
yes,
like not only did he not do that, like he actually like he never challenged me. Like
mhm.
everything I ever did, I only just ever did. Like I wasn't getting no credit at home. They didn't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You were the black sheep, 100%.
I had siblings getting fucking point nines,
uh,
and I'm
uh,
making varsity football as a sophomore, honor roll, and like so like I knew like it could never come from there.
uh-huh. And those are right again.
I had to find it somewhere else. But like thinking about those moments, it also does scare me because in those moments where I realize that it's taken me to reach out to my son to allow him to feel thankful, maybe I've been acting in the same way that they have, and I just didn't realize.
Yeah. Once you become a father, right, you start to see certain things.
Right. And like the one thing I know my dad did the best he could. I know he did. But I always knew I'm a competitive motherfucker. Same thing in the military. He made E5, I'm going to do it quicker.
You have always said that, actually, because you're bringing up that point. So you did the same with not becoming an officer. You were like, I'd have to be the fucking warden to beat him out, right?
Yeah.
And with that, those kind of things, I guess, like so like now, that's something I have tried a little bit to talk with my son about. You're supposed to be better than me. That's the point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%.
Because I'm better than my dad was. So, you're supposed to be. And like a lot of parents, what do you call it? Live vicariously through their
100%.
kids, and even in a sense of, I've had these conversations before too. I was like, it's crazy because, because right, I do music and I've done this for so long and haven't been famous, whatever, but where when you're young, they tell you to follow your heart, to do what you love. And then you get older and they're like, it's not going to happen. You better go to school. Right. When you're fucking in fifth grade, you could be the president. When you're in 10th grade, they're like, you're stupid. There's no way you could be the president.
100%.
They shut those things down. And so with, like, I guess where you're saying with those kind of things, like I was saying a minute ago, with like my dad, the way he was or whatever, as a parent, right, that should be one of our other responsibilities or one of the main ones, to learn our children and how to get the best out of them. Right.
Yes.
And it starts with communicating, as you're saying. It doesn't matter who starts or instigate. Even like, yeah, same with my dad. I don't
That's
hit
a
him
great
up.
point.
I don't hit him up as much as I could. But when
At
I
the
do hit
same
him up,
day, he's always the parent.
yes. And I don't even want to get, I was going to go somewhere. But anyway, definitely. Hold on.
Where were you going to go?
I was like, we had one more. No, fuck, we've been on the same one this whole time. Oh, I was gonna go with his ass and moving.
Shit happens.
His ass went to Georgia.
Georgia, right?
Yeah, so I've seen him once or twice or whatever, but there was like a moment, or I don't know, I kind of started feeling bad. Like, man, I should have visited him. We went to like the zoo or whatever. We spent money elsewhere. I should have spent it there. And then I turned around like, no, like you said, he the parent. I didn't move away. He brought me to Blythe. He moved to Georgia. Nope, that had nothing to do with me. So,
100%.
so yeah. So yeah, that's where I was like going with that. But
I'm not mad at you. I mean, I had the same thing when I went. Like I've been telling you, like connection is like a thing, and like I've always like my whole life, like it ain't like a new thing. Like I remember there was this chick at Ruth Brown, Courtney Smith, like best friends at Ruth Brown, and then I moved away, came back, saw her in middle school. She's like, I was like, and she's like, oh, you were the kid who wore like pink gloves one time. Like just like I don't know what it is. My whole life, like I've always just carried people, whether it be to my detriment or not. Like I feel like it does like connection. Like I want to be connected. So like my thing was my sister just had a baby. She's not gonna like she can't fly here.
Yeah.
You know what? And you know what? At the time I had kids, she was young. Like, what am I gonna like? I'm gonna hold it against her
Mm-hmm.
that she didn't come? No. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go there. And it wasn't until I made the plans that my dad reaches out, and then I'm like, well, yeah, I guess I can see you too. But like, he was like, well, can you come here? I'm like, I'm renting like I'm flying from fucking New York. I'm renting a car. Like,
Yeah. You
what are
can't
you
make the
talking
hour
about?
45? Yeah, you can't
What
make
are you
that.
talking about?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but like I was willing to make that. And like the weird thing is like, I don't know, maybe it is against my because you know what? I came home from my first deployment, wasn't there. Second deployment, wasn't there. Got home from basic training, wasn't there. Didn't take me to basic training. Like, you know what? To his credit, when I graduated college the first time, he came. I give him that. But out of all of these opportunities that he's had to come, why am I bearing the weight? Where are you at?
Yeah, yeah.
And then after, and this is the hate in my heart, and I get it. After we go to Arizona to see my sister Lake Havasu, he came to visit us. Great. He paid for like ice cream, golf, and it was awesome. And we texted. But then he had the audacity to text me, let's not be strangers.
And so, well, like with this, with a lot of stuff, I'm just taking the information I get. But like I was telling you with another convo we were saying earlier, you've gotten really good at communicating, and not only is most people are not good at it, they don't even try to work on being better communicators. And so even though I get it, that feeling, that might have been the best way he knew how to communicate. I miss you. I enjoyed this, Sam. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had a lot of those with, yeah, people. Not everybody else knows how to, those kind
I'll
of
be
words.
honest. I'll be honest. That hit like
And that's,
I didn't even think about that. I'm
and that's,
telling you.
yeah, and
Like
that's
my anger like was just so
a
great.
100%, 100%. With me, for sure, I have so much anger so often. I'm like, shoot, I have multiple songs where I'm like God, like take it. I don't even know why, but as far as we're saying like communication and things, the further I've gotten into really putting forth effort with everybody that's important to me to figure out how they communicate good, right? The further I've gotten into that, the more like in that kind of subject or that kind of thought where I'm like, and again, I mean, I always give everybody the benefit of the doubt. It could mean nothing at all. But I've started to get there where I'm like, maybe that's their way of, you know, and I,
And that's a good point.
with what you're
And
saying
that's
of hate,
something.
like I
And that's
try to take that
something.
way.
And that's something that I should focus. And like, listen, I am bad. Like, and it's not an excuse. It's not. It's a weakness of my own. But it's been my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've always like. There's always been a little bit of a disconnect, like with other people. Like I remember, like in fourth grade, I stopped going to recess. I would just sit at the bench by myself and just wait for recess to be over. Like in third grade, after I choked myself, I used to pretend to get lunch detention. And I used to just like go and sit and put my head down. When I moved to LA, like all of the kids were like, "What game do you want to play?" And I was like, "Basketball." And then they started playing basketball, and then I didn't go play with them.
Interesting.
Yeah, like it's just like it's always been like a thing with me, and I know that. And it's like sometimes it's like sometimes it makes it great because I say what the fuck I'm gonna say, and people are like, "Oh yeah, great," or whatever. But sometimes I say what the fuck I'm gonna say, and people
That
are like,
that's something like with my wife, kind of got across with me similar in areas, where she had to. I feel alone a lot. I feel like nobody gets me, and whatever. And she, flat out was like, when people try, you back off. You solo yourself out, and you know when you solo yourself all the time, you start getting comfortable being by yourself. You start getting comfortable not needing these whatever. And, so more so, she's just kind of like sometimes, not all the time, you do it to yourself. We're trying, and you start getting in your head, which we all do, get in our head. Oh, well, they probably think they're probably right. And they didn't say none of that. We said it for them, right? We're in our head. And so I was like, that's definitely another point where I'm trying to,
that, like
again, I have
that.
this.
No, like that, like even from a young age, like your wife had that wisdom. Like it's just for me.
Hey, hold on. We're going to have to do part two. I'm going to hang up, call you right back. We got 20 seconds. It's going to cut. So this was part one, Dad Pod. We'll be right back.